Welcome now the CEO of IRS Forensic Investigations, Mr. Chad Thomas, to also weigh in on some of these startling, shocking revelations that have been revealed at the Madlanga Commission. Chad, it's a great pleasure, sir. A very good afternoon. Welcome. So I'm pretty shocked at the evidence of just how Shadrach Sibiya was allegedly receiving stashes of money to protect Kat Madlanga, going as far as not accepting electronic transactions, but only hard cash, according to Witness C.
It's frightening. Very good afternoon to you and to the viewers. It's absolutely frightening. If any of these allegations are proven to be true, it just shows the level of capture. We used to speak about state captures being an issue where tenderpreneurs and people had captured the public purse by redirecting funds. But this is something far more serious. This is the capture of those that we've held to such a very high standard, who are responsible in ensuring the safety of South Africans. And it's no coincidence that we rank as one of the most violent societies in the world. And this is because crime has continued unabated, with very low successes in respect of investigations undertaken. You have a 5% success rate on rape investigations, 10% success rate on murder investigations, the most serious of crimes. And now we're beginning to understand why this may be. If you have rot at the very top, how would you expect your members at the bottom, who are expected to carry out these investigations, to do so, especially when there's so much interference and influence taking place?
You know, Chad, also what I found very interesting and also, shocking as a South African, to find out that it seems like there's a handover of this corruption from one cop to the next. The other one dies, and then new ones are basically invited to take over corrupt activities from the previous one. So we're never really going to get to the bottom of this corruption.
We as a country are so fortunate that we have a resolute people, and that we are so proud of our democratic gains the last 30 odd years. For 25 years, the police in some manner or form has been captured. We've seen a deficit of leadership at the very top, and we've seen good cops worked out the system and bad cops seem to have ruled the roost. Yet we're not a failed state, and we as a country haven't been completely captured. It's unbelievable what's coming out. It's allegations, a lot of it at this point in time. You also have people with big mouths that, now that they're cornered, are trying to label others. So we don't know whether we can take everything Vusi Kat Madlanga has said at face value, just like we can't take everything Brown Mokgotsi said at face value. But we have seen a lot of evidence emerging, both at the Madlanga Commission as well as at the ad hoc parliamentary committee. What we now need to see, however, is more proof, and we of course need to see further rights of reply. We've seen Sibiya take the stand at some of these inquiries, but now that more's come out, there's going to have to be a lot more people recalled so that they can now have further questions put to them. And we mustn't forget, there's the parallel processes that are taking place, both in the High Court from a civil perspective, in terms of the so-called defamation cases being opened willy-nilly, as well as the actual criminal cases that have been opened, that cannot be hindered by the continuing Commission of Inquiry and the ad hoc committee. These parallel processes have to continue unabated so that we can have criminal accountability for people that have been fingered in these very, very serious allegations.
Absolutely, Chad. Sibiya, when he appeared before the ad hoc committee, they seemingly very uncooperative. And as you've just alluded to, we're now getting more concrete, so to say, evidence that links him directly to the dealings of Madlanga as well as Senzo Mchunu. So Witness C also told the commission that Kat Madlanga funded the presidential campaign of ambitions of Senzo Mchunu, subsequently leading to that SABC tender kickback scheme. Surely such revelations then charge should prompt swift legal action. I know you're talking about the parallel structures, which is of course the ad hoc committee versus the Madlanga Commission, and I'm trying to now wonder if such damning allegations and details are coming out of one and not the other, because some members of parliament, they are not getting to the crux of the matters that we are actually being provided at the Madlanga Commission.
We have IDAC, who I'm sure are working overtime at this point in time, because it's their mandate to investigate corruption. And all of this links back, whether you're looking towards Madlanga Commission, recommendations that will come out at a later stage, or we look at the recommendations that already came out of Zondo, we're seeing linkages, we're seeing crossovers and dovetailing between the allegations that have been made at both Zondo as well as what we're now hearing at Madlanga. Hence the creation of IDAC, and hence the powers given to IDAC. I don't know if IDAC is sufficiently capacitated to be able to work the sheer volume of cases that's going to emanate out of this. They've already got cases working that emanated out of Zondo as well as out of the massive PPE fraud that took place during the COVID pandemic. But as it stands right now, we've put a lot of faith and trust in IDAC because the public have lost faith and trust in SAPS and the DPCI, which is sad, because there are members that are committed within SAPS and DPCI that have come forward, and we've seen how hard they've worked with all the odds stacked against them. So bad, in fact, that their lives were in danger, that they're to be provided with protection and sleep in different hotels at night. It just shows that they're still committed members. But we're beginning to wonder whether it's the majority that are committed or the majority that are compromised. Because right now, there's new names coming out every day, and it's becoming more of a shock to realize just how bad the rot has been.
Mm-hmm. And maybe a very quick one, Chad, we're out of time. I mean, in your expert knowledge, I mean, seeing what we've seen as come out as evidence, though some of it still needs to be tested, right, I suppose. I mean, the police minister and Shadrack Sibiya, why are they not at this stage arrested?
Look, the National Prosecuting Authority won't enroll a case unless they are happy with the evidence that has been garnered, they're happy with the validation verification process of that evidence, and they've allowed for the audi alteram partem rule to have been applied. In other words, to hear all versions. The DPCI, the Hawks, have always had a policy of investigate first, arrest later. They don't want to be having a situation where there's civil claims made against them for false arrest or malicious prosecution, nor do they want to go to court unprepared. Remember, a prosecutor always wants to have a prospect of a successful prosecution. And we're hearing about cash. It's very difficult to show and prove that cash is exchanged hands, whereas EFTs leave a digital trail. So I think there's still a lot of evidence that has to be gathered to support these allegations, and then we'll see the arrests being made.
All right, Chai, thank you so much. As always, a very informative engagement there. That was Mr. Chai Thomas. He's the CEO of IRS Forensic Investigations. They're also weighing in on today's Madlanga proceedings, which, of course, witness C surprised all of us and wrapped up his testimony at around 3:30.